So today we are going to be baking our chicken wings, party wings. Before I put any of my seasoning in, is take a lemon, cut it in half. We're just going to squeeze that around in there. The other half of the lemon. And again, we're going to take it, squeeze that around. Squeeze it, squeeze it, squeeze it really good. Then we're going to take our hand. It's my kitchen, my hand, my food. Just mix that lemon around on in there like so. So after we go ahead and mix that lemon in there pretty decent, then we're going to go ahead and start adding our seasonings. Alright, so here is my row of seasonings that I'll be using tonight. I know it seems like a bit much, but we got some parsley, we got some complete, some chopped onion, some oregano, some adobo, seasoned salt, garlic, some minced garlic, lemon pepper, black pepper, and some basil. Now I am baking the chicken, but once I do bake the chicken, I am going to add cream of chicken soup on top in the oven, and then we are also going to be having that with some yellow rice and a few other sides. So now I'm just going to come over and sprinkle in like so. I'm going to sprinkle a fair amount on top just because there is chicken underneath, and we are going to go ahead and get it all mixed in pretty well. That was our complete seasoning. Excuse me if the camera is a little jumpy. I'm recording with one hand and cooking with the other. Then we have a little bit of garlic powder. And we are just going to literally use a dash, just a dash of lemon pepper. That's it. Okay, we got some black pepper. Then we have some dehydrated chopped onion. So we're going to go ahead and shake a nice fair amount all around in there. A little minced garlic. We did use garlic salt, but I do think garlic salt and minced garlic gives you two completely different tastes. I'm going to use just a little bit of oregano. That smells so good even when I open the container. Next, we are going to use just a little seasoned salt. Good. And one of our last seasonings is the adobo. However, I gotta open it. Alright, now we got that nice and open. Then we're gonna just shake a little decent amount on top. That's good. And last but not least, before we mix, we're gonna add some parsley. That was much more than I wanted, but it'll be okay. Parsley don't ever hurt nobody. Now, I do not have any mojo or mojo, whichever you prefer to call it at this time, but I would normally add a little of that on top as well. So I'm then going to take my well-seasoned chicken, just because I like to, move it back to the sink, and then we are going to go ahead and start to mix that chicken up. Mix it like so. Get everything nicely well coated. And that looks pretty good. You should definitely be smelling some type of seasoning. Like so. Looks good. So next I'm going to take a clean silver pan. Just rinsed it out a little bit. I buy these pans in the pack from Sam's Club. I enjoy using these silver pans. Call me lazy if you want to. It don't even matter. So then we're just going to come on over here and take our nice seasoned chicken and lay it like so. We want to try to get it all flat at the bottom of the pan. We don't really want the pieces of chicken kind of stacked up on top of each other. And once you do get them all pretty flat at the bottom of the pan, like so, we're going to just go over it with some butter. Alright, so guys, I chopped up about a half a stick of butter, and I'm actually going to take these 5 slices of this butter that I cut. It's kind of being difficult right now. You can still see those slits, and I'm going to lay that on our chicken. Alright guys, so I did go ahead and chop those slices of butter up even smaller to bite-sized pieces. I am going to cover this and put it in the oven, which is preheated at 375. Alrighty guys, so my chicken is all covered, buttered, and seasoned, and I am going to go ahead and stick that on the bottom rack of my oven. Like so. Push back just a little bit. Alrighty guys, so in addition to our baked chicken, we're going to be having some broccoli and potatoes. These are Ruby Sensation bite-sized red potatoes. This is what they look like. I simply pulled about 10 of them out of the pack, cut them up in 4s, and we got bite-sized pieces like so. This in here is probably about 8 potatoes and the rest of some bagged broccoli. I am going to do some complete seasoning. Not much, just enough to lightly coat everything, as well as some basil. A little bit of black pepper. Some oregano. A little bit of minced garlic. Just a little bit of parsley, because I love it. Come out. Alright, just a little bit. Then we're going to add just a little bit of salt. Just a little bit. Not too big on the salt. And last but not least, we are going to just drizzle it in some avocado oil from Publix. Then we're going to take and mix it up all around with our hands, like so. Again, this is my house. You do what you do at your house. Got some broccoli and potatoes. A little bit of butter. Diced it up, and we just spreaded it around like so. I'm going to also cover this pan and stick it in the oven. The oven is still on 375 with our baked chicken. This just will go on the top rack. Guys, so next we are going to be making some yellow rice. This is the yellow rice that I buy. So this is currently 4 cups of water. I am going to turn it on high just to go ahead and get it boiling. Before it boils, I add in my butter as well as my salt. Some salt. See, there's the butter. And we're going to wait for this to boil. And once it comes up to a boil, we're going to add 2 cups of yellow rice. and put a lid on it and bring the temperature down. Add in our 2 cups of rice. Uh-oh.
I've never stand this shit.
2. And we're also going to go ahead and turn the stove down just a little bit. And cover that with a lid. And give that about 10 minutes to cook. Alright guys, since the kids have been well behaved today and this week is also testing for their school, I'm going to go ahead and make a special treat tonight and make the kids some brownies. Betty Crocker milk chocolate brownie mix into a bowl. I am going to now crack my 2 eggs open. Like so. And then it says we need 3 tablespoons of water. We'll go straight to the sink with that one. 1, 2, 3. And I don't know what it said. And we need a half a cup of oil. A half a cup of vegetable oil. We got our vegetable oil. And we just need a half a cup. And then we're going to pour that over top like so. And then we're going to grab a nice little whisk. And ever so gently start to fold all those things in. So I did go ahead and completely mix that brownie mix all together. There may still be some little chunks in there just because I'm using this hand whisk instead of a battery or powered mixer. But I am going to go ahead and put it in this glass pan. I went ahead and sprayed this glass pan with some Pam baking spray with flour. It smells very good. So I'm going to go ahead and put those brownies in this pan, and then we're going to pop that in the oven. After all of our brownie mix is added to our pan, this is what it's looking like. Just took the aluminum foil off my chicken. I just wanted to show you the halfway point. I'm just going to pretty much come in and kind of just give these chicken wings a toss over. I'm almost certain that they're cooked, but in order to make sure my food is thoroughly cooked, when I think it's cooked, I leave it for 10 more minutes. Maybe about 10 more minutes. Then I'm actually going to go ahead and push this back in the oven uncovered for just a few more minutes. I'm going to also pull out that top rack. Got our brownies over there just cooking away. And I'm actually going to check on our vegetables. Be a little careful because I'm pretty sure that's hot and nice and steamy. And those vegetables are looking good. And I'm going to pretty much come in and do the same thing with those vegetables. Give them a nice toss over. Now half of this I'll probably add some cheese to. The other half I'll leave as is. And that way the kids kind of make the decision if they want cheesy vegetables or just some well seasoned ones. So we're going to also go ahead and leave that uncovered and push that back in the oven. So that chicken, we'll be doing a few more steps to that, but those vegetables will be coming out in a few minutes. We're going to save the aluminum foil because the food will need it once it comes out the oven. And this is our rice. It is on about a medium. I do leave it the entire time until I see no bubbles coming from the rice. And that is when I'll remove it from the heat and go through it with a fork. I went ahead and removed our broccoli and potatoes from the oven. You hear Tracy barking. To confirm that these are done, it just should be simple for you to stick a fork in. And in my opinion, they actually could use a few more minutes. So I'm going to just go ahead and toss them back in the oven. And I am going to go ahead and cover them up as well. So I went ahead and pulled our chicken out of the oven. It is completely done. I am going to go ahead and pour some of this juice inside of this bowl. Not all of it, but some of it. Go ahead and pour that chicken juice, chicken stock that came from our baked chicken into a bowl. And with it, I am going to mix in cream of chicken soup. This soup normally is very thick, so I do like to have the flavoring in the juice from the chicken to kind of make the gravy a little bit more consistent. As well as you can see, there is almost very little visibility to our rice, so I'm going to go ahead and put the top back on that and turn the heat completely off. So I did go ahead and remove the lid from our cream of chicken soup. Now I'm going to pour that into that chicken stock like so. Just take a fork and kind of mix that up. Now being that this is still a little bit more wetter than I would like the consistency of it to be, I am going to go ahead and add another can to this bowl. Then go ahead and add in another can, and I'm going to mix that up just like so. Oil, juices, and flavors all mixed in together. I am going to go ahead and place this chicken in the oven for about 5 minutes on a high broil, excuse me. And that's just to kind of get it a little crispier and kind of enhance the flavor and the texture of the skin. I'm not really a slimy skin lover. I think baby agrees. So as you guys can see, we did get our chicken just a little bit crispier. Again, we're not looking for it to be deep fried. We're just kind of looking for that soggy skin to kind of be gone. And it's done pretty good with that. So at this time, I am going to give a mix to our cream of chicken in this bowl. Get some of that good seasoning, because I'm almost certain we're not going to use all of this. And we're going to pour just a nice even coat on top. That looks about good. We don't need it submerged completely in there. Just enough to give it some nice gravy. So we're going to go ahead and put this back in the oven on broil, this time on low, for about 5 more minutes, and then it will be done. Alright guys, so I went ahead and removed our potatoes and broccoli and added cheese to about half of the pan. I'm going to go ahead and stick the aluminum foil back on top of this and stick it in the oven for just a few minutes until that cheese melts real good on top. Alrighty guys, here is the end result of our broccoli and potatoes, half cheesed, half seasoned. Here is the finished product of our brownies. Betty Crocker fudge brownies. The perfect pot of rice.